Hey everyone, Lone Wolf Jai here, and let's get back into the intro of Lostbelt 3. Of course, it's going to have no battle, so let's go ahead and get into it. Two weeks after docking at the Wandering Sea. Oh, hey Nemo. Hello again? Uh-huh. Okay. As you can see, I did my best to recreate Chaldea right here in the Wandering Sea. I call it the Wandering Sea Chaldea Base. Go on, everyone. I believe a round of applause is in order. I'll hold that for now. This is amazing, Senpai. I can't believe Sion and Captain built all this just 2 weeks. Indeed, this is quite the contribution to our cause. But then, I suppose this is what the Atlas Institute's brightest can do. I say, you there. You didn't forget about my director's office, did you? The one I ordered with a private bathroom? Wait. You are the director? Yes, that's right. I am the captain of the ship, so to speak. I asked for 3 things. A gorgeous director's office, a stylish operations room, and a German-style kitchen. This command room should suffice for operations, and I already verified that the kitchen's up to snuff, but I haven't seen my director's office anywhere. I presume you took my importance and safety into consideration and made a secure, hidden room? That sort of initiative goes a long way with me. You have a lot to look forward to when it comes to your starting salary now that you're in my employ. Crap. I used an empty warehouse for that. I see. So you used an empty warehouse for my office's entrance, eh? I commend you for arranging such an elaborate disguise. But I must say, passing through a warehouse whenever I enter or leave my room sounds like a bother. Tell me, Captain, how would you feel if it were your quarters? Dude, I think you're missing the point. Alright, you've convinced me. Anything that worth doing is worth doing right. Sion, I'm hanging out on another job. I have to make sure everything is perfect. I guess our first servant summoning with the Chaldea Spirit Origin graph will have to wait then. Solaria, Mosh, Sir Goredalf, staff members, and of course the 2 servants, Vitch and Sir Holmes. Let me first congratulate you on a job well done with all you have accomplished these past 2 weeks. As you saw when you first got here, the Wandering Sea is not exactly the most accommodating place. But that all changes today. From now on, you'll each have your own private rooms, nor sharing one big communal space. We also have a cafeteria now, which should be serving proper food starting tomorrow. I have been living on supplements and artificial blood for a long time now, so building a cafeteria was a novel experience for me. Now then, I think it is time for the first Chaldea Atlas Joint Strategy meeting. Oh, but first, do you know what the Atlas Institute is, or would you like a refresher? I'm good, thank you. May I say something before we begin deliberations, Ms. Sion? Apart from the fact that you are a survivor of the Atlas Institute, I still know very little about you. For example, what is your motive here? Why are you helping us? Why? I am not sure how to answer that. I mean, when you are faced with a problem, you work to solve it, right? And as far as this particular problem goes, you people of Chaldea are essential to the solution. I thought that was why we decided to join forces and become friends. Wait, does this mean I was the only one who thought that? Of course we're friends. We are? Great. Then we get down to business. My apologies. I let my cautious nature get the better of me. I should remember the Atlas alchemists are not motivated by personal gain. Their sole desire has always been solving problems. I do beg your pardon, Miss Sion. Please rest assured that I am delighted to have gained such a capable ally. Right then. Shall we get down to business? I went ahead and skimmed through your logs from the day Chaldea was attacked until you ended up here. December 31st, 2019, Chaldea is attacked from frozen solid. That same day, 7 pillars of light are seen streaking down from space, and Kirschtaria Wildemay broadcasts his victory speech. Kirschtaria used to be a master from Team A, the linchpin of Chaldea's race shift experiment. But now he refers to the new group he belongs to as the Cryptors. Given that Team A was found to be missing during the operation to unfreeze them before Chaldea was attacked, we could assume the Cryptors Kirschtaria refers to the other Team A members. As for all you undertook a zero sail and shadow board in order to escape the Opera Nikki. Although you only spent a week inside void space, 3 months had passed and you emerged from into standard space. To do so, the board had to rely on your sole connection to standard space at the time, the Opera Nikki. This led you to the Russian Lostbelt, a frigid alternative history inhabited by the Yaga. As you attempted to gather more information about your situation, you ended up facing off with Ivan the Terrible, the king of the Russian Lostbelt. You then managed to cut down Orochi, the Tree of Emptiness, that had taken root there. I am still working on what these trees actually are, but based on the data about its internal investigational field, internal gravitational field recorded during that battle, I think we can make an educated guess. Once the tree was cut down, the storm that it had been generating disappeared, and you were finally able to pick up my broadcast from the Wandering Sea. From there, you decided to make a beeline for the North Sea. But on the way, you ran into another obstacle. The Scandinavian Lostbelt. A history stuck in perpetual twilight after Ragnarok went awry. When I first saw you had lost the Paper Moon, I might have maybe screamed a little bit, and it was very unbecoming of an Eltnum. So you can imagine my relief when I found out you had covered it. You then were on to face Skahak Skadi, the king of the Scandinavian Lostbelt, and were able to cut down his Tree of Emptiness sombrero, an impressive track record. After that, a battered and damaged shadow border finally arrived at the North Sea and made its way inside the Wandering Sea. And now, here we are. Did I get all that right? Do you have logs other than the ones on the border? Yes, that's all right. See, I've been inside two of the Lostbelts now. I experienced their differences from proper human history for yourselves. And experiences, yeah. These Lostbelts are dead-end timelines that were pruned away by human history itself once they were deemed unworthy of being allowed to continue. For example, the Russian Lostbelt diverged from proper human history in the year AD 1570. And it seems that each Lostbelt to appear on Earth has continued from this point of historical divergence on to the present day. However, just because a Lostbelt may have diverged from further back in the past does not necessarily mean it is stronger. A Lostbelt's strength, or threat, really, is not so much a matter of its age, but how much it differs from proper human history. The Yaga may have been physically different from mankind, but their lifestyle and culture were still carried over from proper human history. By contrast, the people in Scandinavia may have led peaceful lives, but the society was essentially being kept on life support. So given that what we know from these two, I decided to come up with a metric we could use to rank and compare the Lostbelts. I call it their Lostbelt depth. The greater the Lostbelt depth, the more strongly it refutes to proper human history. So what was the Lostbelt depth of the two we've seen so far? I went ahead and assigned preliminary Lostbelt depth rings for all 7 of the Lostbelts. Oh yeah, this makes it nice and clear. You Atlas Institute people really do work fast. As you can see, there are 3 Lostbelts in Europe, 2 in Asia, 1 in South America, and 1 in the middle of the Atlantic. The last Lostbelt is the only place on Earth that still has an ocean from before the world was reset. Okay. So I'm gonna guess that one in the Atlantic is Atlantis. Wait, cut. Scratch that. I forgot about the Wandering Sea. We'll have an ocean. We still have oceans too, obviously. Never mind that. Did you see the Atlantic? There can't possibly be a Lostbelt in the middle of the Atlantic. There's never been any inhabitants in the middle of the ocean in all of recorded history. Well, there are now. In fact, the Atlantic Lostbelt is our ultimate objective. That is the one spreading its tree of its branches all throughout Earth's atmosphere. And I have good cause to believe as there we will find the crypt's leader, Kirschtaria Wodame. An Atlantic Lostbelt. In that case, there's only one place I can imagine it could be. Do you think it's really possible, Holmes? This sort of thing is your forte, isn't it? I can't speak with complete certainty, but if what you are thinking is correct, we will certainly have our work cut out for us. For one thing, we have no means of getting there, as the border is simply incapable of making such a long sea voyage. But there's another more immediate difficulty. If there truly is a civilization in the Atlantic, it will be much, much older than any of our 4 great civilizations. It will have existed since prehistoric days, a robust, stable world that will have had over 12,000 years to develop. Come now, man. Don't whip it on me now. If this Lostbelt is the greatest immediate threat to us, not to mention Wadame's home base, it is our duty to take the fight to him. The other Lostbelts can wait. We should be on our way to the Atlantic even as we speak. I recommend that course of action as well. Unlike Russia and Scandinavia, the storm walls bordering the Lostbelts in China and India are not expanding, so there should be no danger of leaving them be for a while. As for the Lostbelt in Britain and South America, okay, the one in India, I'm pretty sure the king of that one is Arjuna Altar. So Britain and South America, don't know much about them. Trismegistus calculates an extremely high probability that they will both self-destruct if left to their own devices. I have not been able to get a proper reading on the British Lostbelt's depth, but that is just another sign that it is a poor fit for this world. I have been unable to confirm what is going on in there, but compared to proper human history and the foundation of humanity, it is pretty clear that humanity is on the verge of collapse. So it is reasonable to assume that mankind, the British Lostbelt, will go extinct with a span of months rather than years. Though I do wonder why the British Lostbelt is the only one surrounded by a wall of light rather than storms. We saw that on the border too, and came to the conclusion that it would be best for us to stay away from the British Isles. Last is the South American Lostbelt. While it appears to have a high value to its Lostbelt depth, I cannot seem to get any clear information. So I can only conclude that civilization is just about dead and gone. And that in turn means that beyond all these bizarre histories, it is exceptional. And thus, not one we need to concern ourselves with as far as fighting with the others for dominance. So in short, your next destination is the Atlantic. So we're going to go to Atlanta. They want us to go to Atlantis first. Nice. To that end, we're making extensive modifications on the border. And by we, I mean Da Vinci with me assisting. However, since it will take us at least a month to finish, I'd like to invite the rest of you to enjoy a bit of rest and relaxation here in the meantime. That goes double for you, Sir Goredalf and Solaria. Once we get our operation going, you two will be on the front lines, so you should take advantage of the rest while you can. You'll need to you need to get all the rest you can before the final battle in the Atlantic. Don't have to tell me twice. As the commander of this outfit, I hardly expect to be on the front line, But you were right about me having been under considerable stress. Indeed. Now seemed to be an excellent time to recuperate. I must say I heard that every mage in the Atlas Institute was a cranky old misanthrope, but he turned out to be a most considerate young lady. It would be the height of rudeness to turn down such a kind offer. Now then, I think I'll begin with a nice hot shower in my wonderful new office. Ha ha ha! Things are finally looking up for old Goredalf. We'll have the world saved in no time. Why don't you go rest up too, Senpai? I know I can't wait to see what our new rooms look like. What our new rooms look like. Yes, let's go check them out. Man, I'm kind of jealous. But if anyone's just some free time, it's those two. Anyway, how about us, Leon? Are we going to keep going with the meeting? I should warn you, even you might have a hard time modifying the border. Good point. The designs appear to be all similar to the magecraft from the Middle Ages, while mine are based on cutting-edge alchemy. We could well end up with having incompatible design philosophies. But never mind that. Truthfully, I am much more interested in that exoskeleton. I think you call it the Ordinax? Maj's own spirit origin tuning is perfect, but the Ordinax still has a long way to go. I imagine it's pretty difficult for Maj to fight in that. Am I wrong? Well, yeah, I had to build a lot of the Ordinax from spare parts for the border that I just had lying around, so of course it's not perfect. So what did you want to mess with? You know, there's no way to restore her old defensive power, right? Of course. We could not possibly create Galahad's gift with Earth as it is now. So instead, I was hoping you might let me tinker with the bunker bolt mechanism. I mean, it does not have to be right this second, but I have something in particular I would like to add to it before we get to the Atlantic. Before I got pulled into Trismegistus' development, I was working on the conceptual weapon related to one's natural longevity. Okay, looks like the old Chaldea room. It's just like being back at Chaldea. Whoa. I know. Some of the details are a little different, but it's still an amazing recreation of Chaldea's rooms. Sion and Captain really outdid themselves. Why don't you go check out your room, Mosh? Oh yes, good idea. I was so happy I forgot all about that. Okay, I'll go take a look at it and take a look at the room they gave me right now. We're all done with work for the day, so there's no reason not to relax and enjoy yourself now. Good night, Senpai. I'll see you tomorrow morning for breakfast in the new cafeteria. I didn't realize how late it was. Oh? Crap, I'm already awake. Come to think of it, I didn't have any dinner. I think the cafeteria should be ready. Should be ready now. I can't believe this. The nerve of that Atlas curl. Not only did he not have my director's office ready, he had the gall to tell me it was to use a sleeping bag at the dock until it was done. Some captain he is. No doubt he's some pirate scum with a heroic spirit. If he thinks he could treat me like... No, this won't do. I can't lose my temper like this. Get a hold of yourself, be elegant. Oh, God, a worse craft essence. Breathe in the diaphragm, just like Tool taught you. Captain may try to hide it, but his dignity is unmistakable. No pirate could fake that. But then, who could he really be? I just can't tell. If only I could ask him myself. But I can't do that. The commander must maintain a certain dignity. Ugh, why can't he just accept that we're allies? That we're allies now and tell us his true name already. Well, I better make myself comfortable since I'll be spending the night here again. Munyar, Kawata, Octavia, Domlin, Qin, Cayenne, Elron, Marcus, Carelite, Solaria. See, he had no problem remembering to make the rooms for all my staff. Well, they may have their cushy beds. There's one thing I've got that they don't. Midnight snack time, ha ha ha. Now then, I'll go break into the new kitchen. Do you often raid the kitchen like this, Director? I'm not raiding anything. I'm really having my midnight tea time. You're sharper than you look, aren't you? I never imagined anyone besides me would try to get a jump on the kitchen. Still, I do commend your taste. I presume you are lured here by the sweet scent of butter. Oh, very well then. I've already had my fill. Here, you can have the other half. There's some leftover tea as well if you want it. Speaking of tea, thank you for reminding me of that, Goredalf. Got some, well, it's not hot anymore, it's warm. It smells so good, how can I refuse? Oh, by the way, is everything all right with you? Oh, the demi-servant girl, for that matter? Never mind. I can see you must have woken up in the middle of the night, despite being utterly exhausted. That can only mean you've been unable to relax your mind amid all that has happened. Well, I can hardly blame you. This must have been an arduous journey for a young lady with no military experience. Once you've had some cake and a nice hot cup of tea, you should have no trouble drifting right off. Go back to your room once you're finished that. And you'll see how right I am. And of course, I trust that you will join me in pretending none of this happened tomorrow morning. Now that you've eaten the other half of the cake I found here, that makes you my accomplice after all. What do you mean by that? Exactly what I said, of course. I found this cake here with the note that said for Solaria. Oh, fuck. Excuse my language, but damn. Heh, don't bother making excuses. Your friends baked it as a part of a master welcome party they'll be throwing tomorrow morning, didn't they? Some nerve you lot have, throwing a party not inviting me. I admit, I was pretty steamed when I saw this cake with your name on it, but I calmed down quickly and decided to do the kind thing and taste it for you. Before I knew it, I eaten half of the thing. In fact, I was just appreciating how delightfully sweet its cream was when you found me. Now then, are you all finished? Haha, good. This makes us partners in crime. Director? You look kind of pale. Huh? Hold on. You mean you didn't know about this cake? Then who made it? More importantly, is it just me, or are we both looking off color? I also can't help but notice that I'm feeling rather cold and chilly all of a sudden. Warning. Unauthorized life form detected. Tama, Vitch. Civilian personnel, please remain in your rooms. Security team, please step up and come to the command room. An unauthorized life form? Then we've got an intruder alert. We've got an intruder here. What the? Get back before you get hurt. There's a real nasty woman over there. Captain? Who is it? Well, this is an unpleasant surprise. I never thought a grown man would stoop to stealing food meant for a child. In fact, you shocked me so much, then I lost control of my presence and concealment. It seems that the one thing you excel at is getting in other people's way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Excellency? Tama Vitch Koyansaka. Impossible. How did you get into the wandering sea? Hold on, run that name by me again? Trade secret. This is a special trick, I'm afraid. I can only do once. And now? You've gone and ruined it, Your Excellency. There's only enough poison in that cake for one person. Half a potion means half the effect. I can't believe my plan to poison her without leaving behind any evidence has backfired so spectacularly. Poison? Poison? Don't be absurd. I gave it a thorough taste test to ensure that it was safe. Between the buttery scent, the buttery taste, and the creamy light texture, it was a perfectly gourmet cake. If it had truly been poisoned, I would spit it out on the first bite. I accounted for that, of course. I made sure to use just enough to not even a mage would notice. I went to the trouble of mixing it into a delectable cake instead of plain old water, just to be doubly certain. Well, what's done is done. And since it looks like everyone else is on their way here, now, I think I'll take my leave before things turn violent. I'm sure you'll have no trouble figuring out what the poison was with Sherlock and Da Vinci here, but that's all you'll be able to do. If you want to actually neutralize the poison, well, you'll have no choice but to fight your little friends to death again. And that should be quite entertaining in its own right. Damn it, she's warping away. What are you waiting for, you fool? Hurry up and catch before she... Ugh. It's no use, she's already gone. Never mind her now. We need to get you to the infirmary. Sion, we've got an emergency. Take Da Vinci and Mias inside the border. I'll do my best to cleanse the poison from them in the meantime. I just got out of the infirmary. Senpai, are you okay? What did the test say? Calm yourself, Miss Carolite. I'll get to that. It's been half a day since Koyansaka infiltrated our new base. We've done everything we can to treat Solaria and Mr. Goredalf. Bluntly, Mr. Goredalf has at most 10 days left to live. As for Solaria, this is difficult to me to say, but... difficult as to say, she's essentially fine. The poison remains in her system, but will have no more effect than a bad cold. Cold? Even though it's fatal for Dr. Goredalf? That can't be right. We both ingest the same amount of poison. Yes, but thanks to her contract with Miss Carolite, Miss Solaria has a rather potent resistance to poison. If that contract were to be broken, she would most likely be dead in an hour. Thanks, Mosh. You saved me again. Nothing more than I expect from Best Kohai. Well, of course, I'm honored to be helpful, but don't we still have to do something but tell Director Goredalf? Damn straight you do. What are you waiting for? I know I can figure out an antidote. They say genius recognizes genius, right? And you're two of the greatest geniuses in human history. Then put all that genius to work and help me out. Help me already. I'm terribly sorry, but for once, there's nothing we can do. We analyzed Koyansaka's poison, and I'm afraid she's chosen some frankly troublesome ingredients. Its base sequence doesn't exist on Earth in 2020. As such, there's no way for humanity in its current state to reproduce it. which also means it's impossible to formulate an antidote. Is space sequence does it exist in Earth in 2020? So Trismegistus 2 is telling us, yeah. We did determine that the poison they ingested is some sort of natural substance. But we have had no success determining what plant it was extracted from. All I know is its name, Xian Shui Ming Mai, or Immoral Decline, and the fact that it was used a number of times in the past. I can tell you that its name is likely of Taoist origin, considering all its references to immortality, and that the plant it comes from is medicinal, but unfortunately, that is all. This is awful. This can't be happening. Then my chance for receiving an antidote is 0? Not to worry. That's what you've got me for. We may not be able to reproduce the poison just yet, but since we know this is a Taoist origin, it most likely comes from China. So our next step is clear. Just because it's gone in the modern era doesn't mean we're out of options. After all, we've got a whole different China we know nothing about just waiting to be explored. A China that followed a completely different path than the one in the proper human history. So I'm absolutely completely certain that we will find an antidote to that poison in the Chinese Lostbelt. And if we don't, we can learn what it's made from by studying the local ley lines. As luck would have it, I have just arranged to summon my perfect guide for us. Come on in. This is a momentous occasion. The very first helper resummoned with Chaldea's spirit origin graph. Faster than the wind, purer than fire, this lotus spirit's charms even melted the heart of Tai Zenren. That's right, it's the artificial Baobei made in certain China, the martial the center of all Crown Prince Neza Da Vinci. That intro is wasted on me. It's embarrassing. But I am honored to be the first resummoned. Ni hao. Happy day. Solaria, Mosh, I have heard what happened. You did so well surviving that. I will help you from now on. I will work 3 times harder to make up for lost time. Thank you, Neza. That's wonderful. Da Vinci, you beautiful goddess. I knew glasses, so did you? Then you'll go to the Chinese Lostbelt to save me? Fantastic. The Atlantic Lostbelt can wait. Besides, we need to deal with all the creatures sooner or later. Prepare to go immediately, everyone. We're invading the Chinese Lostbelt to take back proper human history. The next Lostbelt. No, I understand how you feel, Master. But Director Goredalf's life is at stake. We have to deal with all the Lostbelts, no matter what may be waiting us in them. After all, we're not wanderers. We have our own world, with our own history. I know. All right, and I have no objections. This should be a good learning experience. Besides, you are still technically poisoning yourself, Solaria. Just because it's not affecting you right now does not necessarily mean it will not later. We really should neutralize it. Wonderful. This is tremendously promising. What are we waiting for? Let's get the border ready too. Not so fast. There's something else we need to clear out first. How did Koyansaka enter the Wandering Sea? We need to understand that so we know it can't happen again. It should be impossible to open to the Wandering Sea from the outside. Since it's impossible to see, its coordinates are always changing. And yet, she popped inside like it was nothing. Which means that it must have been something she was able to use as an anchor. She should clear up any doubts, Miss Sion. I don't suppose Koyansaka was originally from the Wandering Sea. Or perhaps she had visited here at least once before. No chance. This is definitely her first time here. That leaves only one possibility. One of us summoned her. Or rather, more precisely, one of us possesses something with some connection to her. Something connected to her? What do you think it could be? For this, I doubt it's anything related to magecraft. Could it be as simple as a pair of gloves or a hairbrush? Whatever it is, I'm guessing it's something small that contains a fragment of Koyansaka herself. Dr. Goredalf? Is something wrong? I'm so sorry, Your Excellency. I appreciate your kindness, really. But I've been hurt too many times in the past. I just can't bring myself to trust anyone else again. Even though I really want to. Oh, boy. He got busy with her. Yes, of course. I understand completely, darling. Rest assured, I'm a patient man. I can wait as long as I must to melt the ice around your heart. In the meantime, you may use my connections as you see fit. Mother... Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not known as Music the Phoenix for nothing, after all. My passion is hot and sultry as my namesake. I swear to you that one day, my undying love will find the perfect mink coat to warm your frozen heart. Why aren't you saying anything? Forgive me, Your Excellency. I'm so touched by what you said. Here, Your Excellency, I want you to have this lipstick. Pretend it's me. Keep it close to your heart, where no one can ever see it. Son of a... I know how awful I can be, so I'm afraid I may end up disappointing you over and over and over and over. But please remember this. If you swear to hold on to that lipstick forever and ever, I promise that one day I'll return to you no matter what fate may have in store. Yes, of course, I'll remember. I have faith in you, Koyansaka. I always will. Fool? Is that lipstick? Why, you are, you stupid thing. So it turns out it was actually Gordy's fault. What a sad story. At any rate, that's one problem taken care of. We finished investigating the base and removed all traces of Koyansaka or anything she left behind. We should no longer have to worry about unexpected visits from her in the future. Correct, Miss Theo? Yeah, she had one shot at taking you out, and she blew it. I would venture a guess that she is none too pleased right now. But you know what they say, what goes around comes around. Oh, I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. Holmes, Da Vinci. As I was saying, we need to leave for the Chinese Lostbelt immediately. I trust the border is ready. We only have 10 days to find this plant. You can't waste a single minute. Come to think of it, are you sure we'll make it in time? I'm not already done for, am I? Don't worry. I haven't thought about that. I just need to run it by Sion. Sion, you designed the paper moon. Sion, you designed the paper moon. Do you think it'd be possible to zero sail from here all the way to the Chinese Lostbelt's border? Especially since I'm guessing Captain there's actually... Shut it, Da Vinci. I can't stand having other people share my secrets. Of course I'll keep my mouth shut. As long as you help us out, that's all that matters. In my estimation, a zero sail should let us jump from the Wandering Sea straight to China. We still have to worry about getting inside from there, of course, but I figured the actual trip to the Lostbelt would take less than a day. What do you think, Sam? Am I totally off base? Nope, all sounds right to me, Da Vinci. No wonder you are Chaldea's, or rather, humanity's guardian. Others suggested the same thing, but you were just quicker about it. The Atlas Institute will be glad to get you the Chinese Lostbelt. Right, Captain? I'm not part of the Atlas Institute, but I suppose I can help. I'll have you to the Chinese Lostbelt in less than half a day. After all, it's all up to you guys, Solaria. After that, it's all up to you guys, Solaria. Thanks, Captain Nemo. Football. Guess we all agree then. Okay, everyone, get ready to head out. I submit you should have room on the border to fit supplies for about 15 days. I'll open the Wandering Seas dock in an hour, so please make sure you're all set by then. Your next destination is the Chinese Lostbelt. Your objective is to obtain some Xian Shui Ming Mai, investigate the Lostbelt, and completely cure your 2 poisoned personnel. Oh, and for the bonus round, you can defeat the Lostbelt's king, cut down the tree of emptiness, and take out the cryptor. I know we're working against the clock, as well as any hostiles you encounter, but try to stay calm. At this point, any difference in the Atlas Institute, well, the Wandering Sea may no longer matter. From this point on, I hereby dub the Wandering Sea Chaldea number 2, Novum Chaldea. As Damascus' caretaker, I'll do everything I can to support you. All right then. It's time to get this operation, this order to explore and decipher Lostbelt number 3, underway. Good luck with everything, and I'll see you all when you get back. Got St. Quartz. And we will be doing that this coming week, in a few days. I'm recording the same day I made that video. I'm posting. Basically, I'm posting these videos on the same day. This video is basically been recorded after I made the whole Lostbelt 3 announcement. So I'm going to be posting it afterwards. Like I said in the previous video, happy Thanksgiving to my American viewers. Until next time, this is Love Jazz saying thank you all for watching. Next up, Lostbelt 3.